Calculating vibes. Hello to everyone, my name is Vibernator and welcome back to another episode of Vibe Meter. Today we're talking about Andor Season 2 that just wrapped up last week. Honestly, just a fantastic piece of Star Wars media out there. This time around they did some criticized, but I think I really like the 3 episodes a day, once a week structure. I guess it's almost like 2 episodes kind of like build up to this like finale of the week, of the day, so it's like this kind of a mini movie. Well, it's not a mini movie, it's 3 hours still, but like also kind of looking back, reflecting on the entirety of Andor, both seasons of Andor, I see just some masterful storytelling, some intelligent, layered, complex, grounded, interesting, and meticulously crafted storytelling by Tony Gilroy and his creative team. Some of the speeches during this entirety of Andor, like the one from Kino Loy.
There is one way out. Right now. The building is ours. You need to run, climb, kill. You need to help each other. You see someone who's confused, someone who's lost. You get them moving and you keep them moving until we put this place behind us. There are 5,000 of us. If we can fight half as hard as we've been working, we will be home in no time. One way out. One way out. One way out. One way out. One way out.
Marva Andor.
The Empire is a disease that thrives in darkness. It is never more alive than when we sleep. It's easy for the dead to tell you to fight. And maybe it's true. Maybe fighting's useless. Perhaps it's too late. But I'll tell you this. If I could do it again, I'd wake up early and be fighting these bastards from the start. Fight the Empire!
Nemec.
Freedom is a pure idea. It occurs spontaneously and without instruction. Random acts of insurrection are occurring constantly throughout the galaxy. There are whole armies, battalions that have no idea that they've already enlisted in the cause. Remember that the frontier of the rebellion is everywhere, and even the smallest act of insurrection pushes our lines forward. The Imperial need for control is so desperate because it is so unnatural. Tyranny requires constant effort. It breaks. It leaks. Authority is brittle. Oppression is the mask of fear. The day will come when all these skirmishes and battles, these moments of defiance, will have flooded the banks of the Empire's authority, and then there will be one too many. One single thing will break the siege. Remember this. Try.
Luthon Rail.
And what do you sacrifice?
Calm. Kindness, kinship. Love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight. that set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, there's no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see. Now, the ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything!
And Mon Mothma.
I believe we are in crisis. The distance between what is said
Shut it down.
and what is known to be true has become an abyss. The loss of an objective reality is perhaps the most dangerous.
The death of truth is the ultimate victory of evil.
When truth leaves us, when we let it slip away, when it is ripped from our hands,
We become vulnerable to the appetite of whatever monster screams the loudest.
this Chambers' hold on the truth was finally lost on the Gorman Plaza. What took place yesterday, what happened yesterday on Gorman was unprovoked genocide. And that truth has been exiled from this chamber. And the monster screaming the loudest, the monster Eve helped create, the monster who will come for us all soon enough, is Emperor Palpatine.
They resonate with such emotional and philosophical depth. Like, this is pure cinema. But also, there's one thing I kind of want to talk about. It's the infamous sexual assault scene in episode 1, I believe, or episode 2, I can't remember. But like, okay, saying like just saying that rape doesn't belong in Star Wars is it's fair. It's a fair thing to say. But it also shouldn't belong in our world either. It shouldn't belong in real life, but it exists, and it's ugly, and it's not supposed to be there. It shouldn't be a thing, but it is. Yeah, I see it as, I choose to look at it as Andor doesn't really shy away from showing the darkest realities of oppression, which the Empire is all about. Like, it is disturbing, but that's the point. And you're not supposed to love it, you're not supposed to hate it, but I mean, you are supposed to hate it, but like, it's just there. But anyway, moving away from that, Diego Luna, Genevieve O'Reilly, and Stellan Skarsgård, and also now Elizabeth Dulao, who's the actress for Clea, all were amazing. They, like, pretty much everyone on the supported cast is amazing. All brought their A game, you know. It's great. Everybody just acted their ass off, you know. And because of that, I think Andor is probably the single greatest Star Wars TV show ever made. Yes, it's better than The Mandalorian. It's a lot better than The Mandalorian, like story-wise. Maybe not action-wise, because, you know, Andor is much more grounded, philosophical, and gritty. But anyway, Andor Season 2, it perfectly sets up Rogue One. Which Rogue One then perfectly sets up New Hope. So it's this continuation of, like, this is how you do prequels. Like yeah, Andor, like Rogue One was an amazing prequel, and now Andor is a very solid prequel to Rogue One. But yeah, anyway, putting this into the vibe meter, I'm giving Andor season 2 96%. It's very good. Again, Andor is just amazing. It takes these characters from this gritty world and makes it makes us care about these characters in a way that we care when they die, but also we don't leave the theater or watching this show, we don't leave it devastated, you know. Like now, going back to see Cassian Andor die in Rogue One, it hits different than it did with when I first saw it, when I only learned about him throughout the movie. Because after, a fun fact, after the season finale, I immediately went back and watched Rogue One to see how well it like connects, you know, and it connected pretty well. It seemed pretty seamless, and also to like see how much it holds up, and it did. I still think Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie ever made. Yeah, I said it. And these 2 seasons of Andor made it hit different, you know. It just made it so better, you know. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Remember to like and subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out my socials. I at Vibrator on both Instagram and Twitter, but I'm much more active on Twitter. So if you want to interact with me in any way, that's probably the best place for it. Sorry, my dog wants to say something. Hold on. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.